Hey everyone, it's Midnight Spectre, and I know this has probably been talked about to death, but I figured I'd throw my hat into the ring. So I hope everyone remembers to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the video. So Representative Justin Humphrey of Oklahoma has proposed a bill that would effectively ban furries from public schools, and if someone is displaying furry behavior in school, they would have animal control to come pick them up. I don't know about you guys, but I think I would purposely get myself picked up by animal control, because I'd much rather chill with the stray animals at the animal shelter than go to school. Although I am a stuffed unicorn, so would they just send me to a thrift store? But all jokes aside, this bill is a joke. The same representative back in 2021 proposed a bill to create a Bigfoot hunting season. Now the legend of Bigfoot is hotly debated, and my 2 cents on the matter is I don't believe in Bigfoot, but I believe that there are feral people living in the woods around the United States. However, Justin Humphrey has also proposed a bill that landed in a bit of a hot water that singled out Hispanic gang members and relabeled them as terrorists, which is less of a joke bill, but it really shows where this person's mindset is as sort of provocateur. Any sort of controversy is good for him. He just wants to see his name out there. It's sort of the internet shitposting mentality, which, let's be honest, is hilarious online, especially when you're some preteen kid online who creates a TikTok or a Twitter account dedicated to hunting furries, not realizing that interacting with furries will just make the algorithm give you more furry content. I'm sure this guy is probably loving all the negative comments that are flooding his inbox right now, because he just wants to troll. I have zero faith that this bill is going to pass, and within a month or two, it's not even going to be mentioned anywhere. It's kind of crazy that the internet is really leaking, as a lot of the old memes will put it into our day-to-day lives. When I was growing up, the internet was still very much in its infancy, a sort of lawless wasteland. If you were a kid, brought something up on the internet to an adult or a teacher, they would scoff and say, well, anyone can make that up and shoot you down. Now, these same people are sharing insane things to see with us online who grew up with the internet and learned how to be skeptical of stuff online, and could say, yeah, Mom, that's not a real police chase, that's a GTA 5 video somebody made. I think that we're going to start seeing a lot more of these anti-furry legislation bills because the internet's kind of sort of an echo chamber effect, where we had the PTA, or maybe it was a politician, talking about furries using litter boxes in school, and of course that sent shockwaves through the community, and now this guy is going to pick it up and run with it. Another thing is that there's another wave of this LGBTQIA+ phobia going on in the United States, with legislation being brought up to try and block the teaching of LGBTQIA matters in school, which I can get not teaching these sort of topics to elementary school kids, but I think it really should be a topic to talk to high school kids. Of course, a lot of red states would never let that fly, but a classroom is a lot safer of an environment to learn about sexuality than to let kids explore it themselves and end up victim of some unscrupulous characters online. I also think this is kind of sparked off by a school shooting in Tennessee, because we live in America and people want to blame everything else but the lack of mental health resources in America. I think it's really crazy that you have to go out of your way to find mental help instead of it being part of a physical or regular doctor's appointment checkup. Sure, there's a lot of twisted people who would lie about how they're feeling and what they're thinking about just to avoid help, but there's also this just stigma around mental health issues. Like how people just tell people who are depressed or anxious that they're being drama queens, calling their medication their happy pills, or brushing them off and saying that everyone's like that. No, not everyone is like that. It's dangerous to think like that. A lot of people end up falling through the cracks and not being able to fulfill their full selves or succumbing to the darkness. I believed that lie that everyone is like that for an embarrassing amount of time until COVID came around, and I realized, what the fuck? It's okay to be out, because there are barely any people out, and because of lockdown, I have to say that during the pandemic was probably the time that I spent the most time outside and away from home. And every place that was flowing with people is now not flowing with people. And everybody was afraid to get within 6 feet of each other. That's when I knew I needed help for my anxiety because of that, and my life has improved so much more now. With that being said, if you or someone is struggling with mental health issues, don't be afraid to go seek out help. There are a lot of good and kind-hearted people out there working in the mental health industry that really do want to see you get better and live your life to the fullest. If anyone gives you shit for it, don't be afraid to cut them out of your lives. Sure, it sucks and it hurts, but what's the point of having a gaggle of fake friends who won't stand by you when you're in a bad spot? Or hell, even parents that won't take you seriously. You may be conflicted and want to say that, take what they say to heart, but it's another thing that I learned that about everyone just kind of is winging it, and so it's always good to try and educate them. But if they aren't receptive to that, that's okay too. Just keep trying to improve yourself, because you're in control of your own well-being and happiness. Don't let anyone try to steer you one way or the other, because your parents want to live vicariously through you and show you off like a trophy or a Steam achievement. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this week's video. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. I hope everyone remembers to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for next week's video. See you!